Hey fellow linguists, hope you're all doing well. I'm Pooja and you're watching Language Fluent. Today I will be introducing you to the world of radicals in kanji. So let's get from the very basics. What is a radical? A radical is a building block of a kanji in Japanese. So every kanji in Japanese is just made up of one or two radicals, a combination of radicals and things of that sort. Now if you just look at it, let's get to know what a kanji is. Kanji is a logographic representation of a particular thing or idea in Japanese. So if you have to relate it to something that you have already seen or something that you already know of, if you see this symbol of a skull with two bones at each diagonal, you will know that that is a danger symbol. So similarly, when you see a cigarette with smoke coming out and you see a cross, you know that it's a no smoking zone. So that is how radicals or kanji work. Every radical or every kanji has a particular meaning associated with it, and it is not that kanjis are used in isolation, just like the examples that I had given you just now. So radicals and kanjis are used in a combination. So when we have 2 or 3 kanjis together, then it forms a meaningful word. That's how it works. Today I will be giving you a brief introduction about radicals. If I have to give you the statistics or put things in perspective, there are about 20,000 kanjis in Japanese in total, out of which 2,000 kanjis are used on a regular basis. And for a person to be able to read a Japanese newspaper or read basic text in Japanese, he or she must be aware of minimum 1,000 kanjis. So when you look at it from that angle, it really bogs you down, demotivates you and makes you feel like, how am I even going to know all these things? But the bright side is that these kanjis are just made up of radicals. Radical has a particular meaning associated with it, and out of this total 2,000 kanjis which is used on a regular basis, 50% of the kanjis have just 20 radicals in them. So if you know just 20 radicals and their meanings, you will be able to associate and differentiate the radical when you see a kanji, and you will also find that the meaning of the radical is somehow associated with the meaning of the kanji. So I will just be explaining these 50% of kanjis which have 20 radicals in them, and out of them 25% of this total 50% is made up of just 6 radicals. So we will be looking at those 6 radicals today, and in the next session I will be introducing you to the remaining 14 radicals. So that's how we'll be proceeding. Let me just begin. The first one, if you see this particular radical or symbol, this and this means person in Japanese. So in Japanese we write person as hito. So if you look at this symbol, it is like the stick man with 2 legs, so you can remember it that way. This means person and even this means person. And the second one is kuchi, which is the mouth. So when you see this radical somewhere, you know that that particular kanji has got something to do with mouth. So this is kuchi. The third one, these 2 symbols, this and this, represents a hand. So hand is written as te in Japanese. So these are the 2 different kinds of symbols or radicals that mean hand in Japanese. The next one, this symbol and this one, these 2 radicals mean heart, which is kokoro in Japanese. The next one, tree. You can just look at it like 2 branches of a tree, maybe you can remember it that way. And when I say heart, this has got something to do with an emotion or some kind of a feeling. So when you see these 2 radicals, you will know that the particular kanji has got something to do with an emotion, be it a good emotion or a bad emotion, but it's something related to an emotion, because heart is emotional. So yeah, that's how it's used. And this tree is read as ki in Japanese. So this is one radical. And the last one is mizu, which means water. So for water, we use either this symbol. I think this just looks like 3 droplets of water, or we also use this. This also means water or measle. So we will just look at where these radicals can form part of a kanji. If you see this, a radical can form part of the left side of the kanji, or it can form part of the right side of the kanji, or the top of the kanji, or the bottom of the kanji, or it can wrap a kanji from the top or bottom, or it can wrap a kanji from all 4 sides. There are several combinations to it, but the usual locations or the position of a radical in a kanji is one of these 6 combinations. Okay, so it can either be the left, the right, the top, the bottom, or it can wrap the kanji from the top or the bottom, the left or the right. So it's something like this. Now I will be giving you examples for each of these 6 radicals. I will show you kanjis where these radicals are being used, and we will see how the meaning of this radical is actually forming part of the meaning of the kanji. So we'll try to relate it, and when you see a kanji in future, you must be able to identify what the radical is and what the kanji is, so that you can easily associate the meaning and remember them faster. Instead of looking at every kanji in isolation, if you look at what the radical is and what the kanji is, it will make you grasp things faster and also help you recall the kanji. So let's proceed. So I have just given few kanjis here for each of the 6 radicals that we are going to discuss about, and we'll see how the meaning of the radical is somehow related to the meaning of the kanji. Okay, so the first one, the person kanji, it is either this radical or this radical. It is represented by these 2. If you look at the first one, let's not go into the intricacies of the onyomi reading or the kunyomi reading of the kanji. We will just see how at the face of it, when you just look at this kanji, you will know that this kanji has this particular radical, and the meaning of it has got something to do with the meaning of the radical. We'll just be looking at that. The first one, this kanji, if you see, we have the radical in here, the first one, the left hand side. This means to resemble. So this is like really related to a person. One person resembles another. So this is that. The next one, the same person is in a box. So this means prisoner. This kanji means prisoner. The next one, the same person, and then it is followed by one more kanji, and this means relationship. Relationship again is in one way or the other related to a person. So this means relationship. The next one, the next radical, mouth. When used in the first kanji, this kanji means right. Right side, left side, that right. So here you have this mouth kanji. You can maybe associate it with eating with the right hand. So you use the right hand for eating, and the mouth radical forms part of the kanji which represents right. The next one, here you have the radical again, and this means to smoke or to suck. So again that involves the mouth. So you know that this kanji has got something to do with the mouth, because this radical forms part of the kanji. The next one, this kanji represents name, and we can see the radical here. So the first part of the kanji, this part, without considering the mouth radical, means evening. So the way this kanji was derived was, as the evening falls, people had to call each other by their name, because there won't be sunlight and you won't be able to identify another person. So that's how this kanji is said to have derived or come to this form. So you have this evening plus mouth, because people will be calling out your name as evening approaches or as dusk approaches, and that's why these 2 radicals have been placed together, and this means name. The next one, let's move on to the hand radical, which is represented by either this symbol or that symbol. The first one, you use the same hand radical first, and this kanji means to hit, to pound. So that's got something to do with the hand. Next one, same radical along with another kanji, and this means to point or to indicate. Again, that involves the hand, the finger, and you can see that this radical forms part of this kanji. The third one, you can see the other symbol or the other radical that's used for hand in this kanji here below, and this means fist. So you can see that every kanji which has got this radical as part of it, the meaning of the kanji has got something to do with hand, and here the meaning of the kanji has got something to do with mouth, and here it is person. The next one, heart, it is represented by this or this radical. So here we see the radical part, and if you look at the meaning of this kanji, it is pity or regret. As I had mentioned, if this means heart, it has got something to do with an emotion. So this has got the emotion of pity or regret. The next one, this one, has the radical here, and this means cheerful or pleasant. Again, that's an emotion, and you have this radical involved. The third one has the other radical. You can see the bottom portion. It has this radical here, and this means feeling. And the next one here is the radical for tree. So we can see the usage. The first one has got the same radical twice, and it means woods or grove, which is a group of trees. And the next one has the radical in the first place, followed by another kanji, and this means root. So again, that's something associated with the tree, the root. And the third one has the kanji in the first place, and it's followed by another symbol, and that means desk or table. So again, that's something that's related to a tree, because the desk or table is made of wood, and wood is taken from a tree. The last one, water, is represented by these two symbols, 𝗥𝗱𝗶𝗰, and we can see the examples. The first one, if you see, this part is the radical, and it means sweat. So again, that involves water. The next example, this part has got the radical on the top portion, top left corner, and this means to dye or to paint, to color something. Okay, so that again involves water or a liquid. The last one is the kanji for 𝗥, that has the water part in it. So as you can see, if you just have a look at these kanjis, when you know the radical, you can easily associate them with the meaning, and you don't get confused. If this is given in isolation, the second symbol is given in isolation without the first one, you know that it doesn't mean desk or table, because it doesn't have the radical for tree in it. Okay, so when you read the kanjis, knowing what the radical part is and what the kanji part is, it becomes very easy for you to grasp and also remember things. So from the next time, let's all try to focus on the radical, and let's try to remember kanji in a much fun and easy way. There are 14 other radicals of this of similar nature, which actually form part of 50% of, which consists of 50% of the total number of kanjis. So these kanjis, the radical, these 6 radicals, along with the other 14 radicals, which I will be discussing in the next class, together constitute about 50% of the total number of kanjis. So we will be looking at them in the next session. So that's it for today.
Hey fellow linguists, hope you all enjoyed today's session, and for more such content, don't forget to click on the bell icon in your YouTube app to never miss out on our updates. Also, in order to register for our full course, you can click on the link given in the description box below or call the numbers below. We also provide job-oriented courses for migration purposes, which may span up to 2 years, and to know more details on that, you can again call the numbers given below or click on the link given in the description box below. We also offer translation and interpretation services at Language Fluent. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, Language Fluent. So that's it for today. See you in the next class. Until then, bye-bye. 𝗥𝗱𝗶𝗰𝗹𝘀